Howdy. So I decided to film another little bit here because I wanted to test some things. Gone through my USB key again and removed some stuff that I frankly wasn't that keen on anyway. But I did want to demo a couple of things here. Number one, I'm doing behind the sofa so you can actually see what I'm doing here. I got my USB mini keyboard here, and I have my PS4, an actual official Sony PlayStation 4 gamepad that's plugged into port 1, and my CX stick. So what I want to do here is show you Super Breakout using the PlayStation controller, because I played it on the last video with the CX stick and commented how it sucks, and it does with the CX stick, but with this guy, let's see if I can figure out which keys do what. I think, okay, so triangle, and then, so I can use the analog stick. It is quite sensitive, and of course there is no config, so you can't actually tweak the sensitivity, but if you have a fairly firm grip on the stick with your thumb, and you are not afflicted with some kind of palsy, then you can make this work. But this is far from ideal. And no, the touchpad is not detected as an analog control interface. So far, the best thing I've seen demoed is that the Atari VCS joystick, which the shaft of that stick can be rotated and will in fact act like a paddle, and is recognized as a paddle by the Atari 400 Mini for this game and for Castle Crisis. But although I am a big fan of Super Breakout, am I a big enough fan to purchase what is likely to not be a cheap joystick for this purpose, for one game, effectively? No. Especially since I have both Super Breakout and Breakout available for the 2600 Plus that I can play with actual paddle controllers. So I wanted to show that. And the other thing I want to show is the see if I can get alternate reality of the city to work, because what I didn't include in the video last time, I did have this working. I went and put the blank disc in there, and that was all functioning. When I went and recorded the video for the demo, it's sudden, for the Let's Play, it just refused to start. Why? I have no idea. I've also organized Goonies and Starfleet into folders, because they're only 2 discs, so you could like do some kind of funkiness with switching with the shoulder button you can use to switch between 2 discs, so you don't need to use a playlist. But I kind of prefer the playlist function, because then I don't have to think about doing this. There's enough stuff to remember already without having to deal with all that kind of jazz. Let's try this again. I'm just going to try to fire it up and see if it gets further. Doesn't look like it. I don't understand why. I didn't change the disk images. I didn't change my config, the playlist in any way. So I can't see why this wouldn't be working, unless there's some weird firmware bug, or there's some kind of, the ROM wasn't dumped great. I did have to get new ROM images because of the fact that my old ones, looks like there was something wrong with the second disk wasn't being recognized right. But again, I can't remember if I actually tried playing that before. So I'm going to go into the game settings here. Oh, it's set on 5200. Well, gee, that won't help. Why is that? All right. Could it be? I don't remember this being the issue before, but fine. All right, so is it going to be that dumb? That dumb a thing that I did something dumb? Could it be? Could it be that? How did I not see that before? Whatever, let's fire it up. I'm amazed it got as far as it did, but I guess that just goes to show you. All right, so this is looking like the thing. Now, most of my nostalgia for this game is the opening sequence, which is quite lengthy. But I am going to bore you a bit with it because it's so ambitious what they did. So you might not be able to hear it, but there's street noises. So this game is like a fantasy RPG, but the hidden secret is that it's actually a science fiction game because apparently, as we will see, your character is transported to an alternate reality by forces unknown. Here we go. I got this groovy beat. Oh, there's a spaceship. And we pan down. I mean, this is amazing. But when I actually get into the game, all the goodwill generated by this intro is going to vanish. But look at this in the music. It's great. But it gets better. So please bear with this. I apologize to anyone who's sensitive to color flashing. I forgot that it has this. Alright, so that's over. So I think what's happening here is the aliens or whoever are beaming up people to take away to this weird fantasy city place. And this is definitely a game that you need to have a keyboard for. Although it has an interface that you'd think you could use a joystick since you're presented with, a limited number of choices of things you can do. Not the case. And the only thing the joystick is used for is movement. Everything else, combat, the rest is all keyboard driven. You can skip all this, by the way. If you press the start button, this will disappear. All right, here we go. Full intro. Datasoft presents. Good Starfield effect. Alternate reality. It's like we're watching the opening credits to a game. So before cinematic games were really a thing, Philip Price was doing it. And special mention to Gary. This music is fabulous. I mean, without the music, I honestly don't think I would have bothered with it for nostalgia reasons. But look at this, you got to sing along. You can there's a way you are. Alternate reality. Next one I go. Da, 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 da. And now we're doing like seals and crofts. It's great. All right, you get the picture. It's just, that's worth the price of admission right there. Really. Even if I never play this game actually as a game, because I find it incredibly... This is not skippable, however, you're going down a lift thing. I guess it's loading in the background. But even if I never played the actual game again, I would fire it up just for that opening, because it's so iconic. All right, so I've got an existing disc. Yeah, I know, I need to change my disk out. All right, so home, down, 5. Okay, it says insert a proper disk and hit N. But, right, there it is. I've saved. I want number 1. And then, I guess I have to confirm. It's like, you can have like up to 5 characters, I think, or something like that. But the thing isn't clever enough to see that there's only 1. All right, and this is one of the things about this game that's incredibly tedious, is you do have to switch. In fact, if you read the manual, it suggests actually taking a copy of the second, of the first disc, so that you can put, if you have a dual drive setup, so you can have side 1 on one and side 2 on the other one active to speed this stuff up. But the fact is that, once I get going, every time, it's like you're just going to ask me to flip over to put in disc 2 side 1, and then I'm going to go into a building and it says, can you put in 2, and then you put in 2, and then when you're in the building, it goes, you put in 2 1 again, and you're just like, thankfully this interface makes it easy to swap the disc, but man. And at this point you're thinking, is the game broken? No, it's not. All right, now insert disc 2 side 1. And this is the downfall of this setup, because I have to remember that disc 2 side 1 is 3, because I remember in my last video I noted that although the floppies had 2 sides of them, we are having to go, and each one of them is a separate disk image. So you have to remember which one is what. And it's still loading, by the way. So it tells me I got 3 food packets, I got 2 water flasks, and I'm in the city of Zebek's Demise. Now there is this overscan issue. I don't think is fixable, unfortunately, with the in-game settings. So the stats, half of that's being cut off. Hopefully a firmware update is going to fix this, because it's clearly not giving me the full vertical. Now, so I can rotate left and right, and I can go inside. And if I get closer, you might be able to make out there's a tavern. So I'm in a tavern called Tale of the Dog. Now I have to put in the disc again. All right, we'll put in disc 2, side 2. I'm tipsy, because I was already in here before I made the save. I went in here and had a pint or something. But when you go in, like, you can eat and you can drink. And that's pretty much it. All right, I have to go and switch back. Go around the horn. Oh, someone's singing. Someone will tell you about the man who bit off, blah, 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 blah. Go on a table or a private booth. Now I'll go to the bar. Oh wait, let's go to the table. I've been to a private booth, I've been to the bar. I can buy around for the house. I can hail the barkeep, hail the waitress. So if I hail the barkeep, can I order a drink? No. If I hail the waitress, do you want to order some food? No. I don't know if I can buy around for the house, but I've already made a save, so let's try it. Can I buy around for the house? 160 coppers? Oh no, I can't afford it. I only have 103. Alright, so I leave. And within moments, you're going to see another reason why this game's kind of annoying. Now, I should note that I have no worldly possessions. Let's see if I can pull up my inventory. I'm trying to remember what. There it is. So, right button, which I guess is select. I have 1 gold, 3 copper, and translates so gold equals 100 copper, apparently. Jewelry, precious gems, and potions, 0. So I have nothing, right? I have no weapons. I've got no armor. We're just... All right, good night. So this is a game where one of these ones where you'd want to have your pen and paper handy so that you can actually okay, again. Can I change back to the beginning status thing? I'd have to look at the manual for that, but I'm not going to, because I just want to get through the madness. Rings. What's happening? Okay. I guess I pulled back and I'm exiting. So there's buildings. I mean, you're in the city. Oh, now here we go. So there's random encounters galore. All right, what is it? You encounter a merchant. I can attack him. I can trick him, engage him. Use items, ready item, cast spell, leave. It keeps updating. And he's left. So I didn't even have time to get to grips with what the hell I was looking at before he went, nah, I'm out of here, mate. And now I'm not able to turn. Oh, here's the compass. So this has helped me figure out where the hell I am, I guess. Except that my left-right direction doesn't seem to work anymore. Which makes me think that, like, Alright, I'm near the smithy. Why? For God's sake. Alright. Anyway, that's that game. I'm not giving it a good tour, really. But I can't be bothered with that nonsense.